there, wizards. It's me, Wade the Wizard. And welcome to WIZARDOLOGY. WIZARDOLOGY. Welcome to the show. I hope you enjoyed the opening hymn, Carry On, Wayward Son, by Kansas. That song always gives me some oomph, some encouragement. Carry on my way. Oh, I'm not going to sing that. All right, the topic of today. Let's look at the Wizardtron 3000. Boop, beep, boop, boop. The mind. Ooh. Oh, there's Hubert. Hold on, I think Hubert wants to say something. That's right. As every wizard knows, the mind is one of the essential things that a wizard must focus on to become a wizard. Body, heart, and mind, just like on your hat. That's right. Body, heart, and mind. How you been doing, Wade the Wizard? I've been doing pretty good. My psychiatrist recommended me some new medications, and I'm feeling good and focused. Oh, that's like a magical potion or something. That's pretty snazzy. Hey, do you want to hear that song that I wrote about the mind? Sure, let's hear it. Let me just get my keyboard. Hold on a second. Hold on. Here it is. All right, here we go. The mind is a gem inside your brain, a treasure more precious than gold. With practice you can learn to train to see a world with no blindfold. Oh no, wait a second, I'm not done yet. There's 7 more verses. Let's start the show. Hey there, welcome to Wizardology. This month we're talking about mental health in the mind. The mind is a gem. I wanted to talk about this because recently I was struggling with my mental health, and I wasn't getting very good sleep for a couple days. Gosh, I couldn't sleep. My mind was racing, and finally I went to the doctor to get some medical help so I could sleep. And when I was there in the hospital, I was remembering when I was a boy, I would let's see. Oh, hold on. Oh, that didn't go so well. Whoops. Okay. I would think, when I was a kid, I would just say, Mom, Mom, Mom. And then boom, there she was. She'd come and come tuck me in bed and help me out. Welcome to the show, Mom.
Thank you, Wade the Wizard.
Today we're talking about mental health. I guess the first thing I wanted to address, I kind of mentioned in the intro, I've been taking some new medication, but there's... well, hold on a second. Well, yeah, let's dive into that for a second. I just wanted to say that with medication, there's kind of a stigma with it, like, oh, you're broken, you're wrong, something's messed up with you if you're taking medication. But I don't know, how do you feel about medication?
Well, we take medicine for a headache or other physical pain and ailments, and why not helping our mental pathways correct themselves. I think it's great.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I almost forgot. I was so excited to jump into the show. We need to summon Phoebe. Phoebe, oh Phoebe, the magical potion pheasant. Bring us a drink and make it oh so pleasant. You're gonna pour in my I'll pour your glass first, and then my glass is over here. So let's see if I can do a cheers here. Cheers. Oh, you went the wrong way. That's okay.
Oh.
Dink. Okay. All right. Oh, so today's Mother's Day. Woo! That must be a strong potion.
It's the new weight loss drug. Water and vinegar.
I've got myself a non-alcoholic Moscow Mule. Nice and refreshing. But today is Mother's Day, and I sent you a gift in the mail. Did you receive it? There it is, right there.
I did. Yes, I'm so excited.
Go
Should
ahead
I
and
open this gift
tear it
for Mother's
open.
Day?
Yeah. Whoa, look at that.
What is this?
I hope it fits. I hope it's not too big. Cute little wizard flower hat.
Let's check and see if it fits.
Oh, it's kind of fun and floppy. The little... Yeah, there you go. There you
I
go.
think it's perfect. Good job, Wade the Wizard. Remember, it's your mother that taught you how to crochet.
That's right. That is true. All
Single.
the crocheting I've done, I learned from you.
I taught you one little stitch, and then I forgot it, and you took it and ran away with it and made all kinds of good things.
Those little flowers on there, I had a fun time figuring it. I mean, I just Googled how to make a flower, and so I made those fun little flowers. Not
Yeah,
not
they
too
have
tricky.
the little yellow stitch in there and
Yeah.
yellow center. Very clever.
Well, yeah. So we're talking about mental health today. The other thing, I want to talk about. We have stigmas about certain issues, and some people, it's more of a concern to other people than most. But the first stigma I want to talk about is neurodivergence, and I looked up the statistics. Approximately, I mean, this is a pretty rough estimate because it's hard to really know exactly where you're at on the spectrum. But about 15 to 20% of people, so about 1 in 5 people, the chances are you or I know somebody who is neurodivergent. And
Let me stop
that's
you
okay.
right there,
Oh,
because everyone is divergent. Everyone is individual and different.
that's
So if
true.
you think of a piano or music, how many notes and timing can be put together to create a song? Countless, maybe, or art, or any kind of words that can be put together uniquely. And our brains are so many neurons firing off in every direction. Every person has to fire off those neurons in different ways. And so if you think you're neurologically typical, I guess that would make you kind of normal. But actually, everyone has different brains. I think we'd all
Yeah.
agree to that.
Yeah, I mean the average is kind of just based on everyone's diversity. So who's to say what's average? But in the song I wrote a year ago, the WIZARDOLOGY decree says, "We are the wizards of WIZARDOLOGY. We come into existence with love and diversity." And, we treasure the mind, heart, and body to be healthy. But I like that we come into existence. We're born with love for one another, and we're all unique and diverse. And neurodivergent, maybe.
Yes. Yes. Very
I
true.
honestly, I feel like a lot of the time, at least this is how it is for me. Maybe a lot more people do this unknowingly, but most of the time when I'm interacting with other people, I'm pretending. I'm kind of putting on a mask of like, I'm a normal human being. I'm not, weird and wacky and strange. And so because that's what normal people do in normal society. I try and like play by their rules. So I'm like pretending to be myself, but it feels
Say what they want you to, what you think they want to hear, and what's.
Yeah. And so, but it can be nice when I'm with loved ones to just be myself, be my goofy self. I don't know why I just really cherish this memory where we were in I would come along with you to the fabric store and I found a stretchy, what do you call it? The like spandex of a nude colored. I was like, ooh, that'd be so cool if I made a suit, a stretchy suit of flesh colored, so it looked like I was naked, but I wasn't really naked, and I could just run around.
Your dream come true. Run around naked.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like most other mothers would be like, "Ugh, that's nonsense. That's silly." But you're like, "All right, let's buy a couple yards of this, and I think I can." And you made me a naked suit.
I don't know how I did that. Yeah, I think you made it.
No, I didn't have. I just tried it on. I don't know.
You had your sewing skills.
But I still have. Oh, I want to show you something I made recently. Some little art project. So, this was my wand that I got in Yosemite, and unfortunately, as you can see, this wasn't me, but my dog Raisin chewed up the end of my wand. Gosh darn it! I said I need a new wand. So
Your dog just put that in her mouth, and now you put it in your mouth. Ooh.
You know what? We kiss all the time. It's okay. But look at this. I made this magical wand. I cast it I made the mold out of clay, and I added all sorts of sparkles and glitter, and we got these different spells in the gems. You got love, of course, the mind spell. This is the make a wish spell. I don't know what all these different spells do, but
Physical.
I was pretty bummed. Like I'm excited about how it turned out, but I don't know if you can see. There's this like wire. I had a coiled up wire of lights inside, and it would light up when I plugged it in. But when I was sanding it down, sanding off the edges, I sanded the wire. But it's still pretty cool. Still pretty magical. I might make another prototype or version 2.0.
Yeah,
be
do that
even
again.
better.
Yeah, you could market those light up wands. People would love those.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have some art project that you've been working on that you wanted to show off?
Well,
maybe not right at this.
Not at my fingertips.
Oh, you know what? Actually, let's see. I have a painting that you sent me that's usually over here. Oh, fiddlesticks. All right, well.
I can go get my painting in 2 seconds.
All right. Well, I'll just keep people occupied.
Keep talking.
Maybe I'll tell them about my book that I've been writing. It's called The Time Traveler's Manual. It's a story about me. Before I was a wizard. Wade the Wizard. So I was just telling him about my book and that I'm making my way through it. I'm almost to 100 pages, and I'm gonna hopefully publish it this year, towards the end of the year. That's my goal. Anyway.
That's awesome. That's awesome to have a goal and to have something that you're expressing yourself with. This is my latest drawing. I'm trying to do some portrait drawing.
Wow, nice.
That's our little neighbor girl. So I've enjoyed doing that, and I'm just starting to learn how to do it better.
Yeah, art is a truly magical thing to help with our mind and our emotions.
Yes, very therapeutic. Drawing and writing, like you're doing.
Speaking of therapeutic, I found a really good therapist that I had seen for a few months last year, but I stopped seeing her, but I anyway went back to see my therapist, and it's been really good. And but that's one of the things that's kind of a taboo, or there's a stigma against seeing a therapist. Like, oh, that person needs help, that person's less than. What do you think about that?
Good question. I think it's been getting better in recent years as far as people accepting. I see these commercials that say it's okay to not be okay, and you know, reach out if you need to. I think it's becoming more acceptable. But I really liked what I saw recently. Someone was saying that we all have mental health every day. It's coming, it's going, ups and downs, but it's always with us. And we are in control to the majority of the degree of how we handle our mental health. I liked what someone said too, the quote that said, "You are the source of your anxiety, and you are the solution to your anxiety."
Yeah, that inner self, fighting your inner self. Interesting.
Yes, you have
I
the
know.
power to heal your own brain.
Yeah, often I find that my worst enemy is myself. Just being real negative. But I can also be really positive and help motivate myself as well.
Yes, yes. I mean, you see so many reels about positive thinking being healthy, and when you're around someone that has a lot of positive thinking and upbeat, then that you adopt into that and start being more positive yourself. On the other hand, if you are in a cycle of negativity, then you can easily think of it as a rut that you make in the mud with your tire.
Yeah.
And you're going along and you're thinking a little bit negative and a little bit negative. You slip right back into that rut, and you spin your tires, and your thoughts are going over and over how this is terrible, this is not going to end well, and all of that negativity continues.
They call it doom scrolling for a reason. It's all the negative, so much of the content, and I find it frustrating that on YouTube so much of the content is what they call like rage bait or something, but they just say like, oh, they talk about these how stupid these other people are. All the like late show hosts, it's just
Mm-hmm.
they're just bashing with
Passion.
negativity and
Yeah.
saying how bad everything is.
Right. So, mental health is so closely related to physical health too. So, if you're constantly feeding yourself positive thoughts, then you're going to have more energy. You're going to have more. Um, you're going to fix your physical problems. You're going to want to go outside and take a walk, and then that will help you more. And so that comes onto a cycle of positive things for mental and physical health.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. Very, very important. And I think another thing that's really important, I mean, kind of, it's good to have friends and family who you can be open and honest with and say when you're having a difficult time, and they can be there to support you. But uh, unfortunately, some of us don't have very many friends or family, and so that's where therapists can really come in handy. You can really open up to them, and they'll give you that support that you need.
That's great. And do your own journaling and write down your
Yeah.
feelings. Mail it to your mom and she'll understand. Or, just expressing those feelings on paper is very healing to the mind. Like I've said this now I can let go of it. And sorting out how you really feel as you write it down just helps you process.
Yeah. Yeah, journaling is definitely very important. All right. Well, what else does? So I want to end with probably the most taboo stigma that we want to talk that I would like to talk about, and that is the thoughts of that some of us have suicidal thoughts of ending their life. Unfortunately, what was the percentage? So let me add this one site that I was looking at in the comments, so you can see what I'm looking at on your own. But yeah, 49,000 people. Now I don't know if this is just in the. Oh yeah, in the United States, 49,000 people died by suicide in 2023. That's pretty significant, and I think aside from whatever the percentage is among
Mm-hmm.
among adults, among people, friends and family, there's a likely chance that you know somebody who has tried to commit suicide or has had suicidal thoughts. Um, yeah, unfortunately, it's really common. But I guess what do you think about? I guess the first thing I want to mention before I have you share your thoughts is that because it's so common, I want it to. I wish that it was more socially acceptable to just go up to your friend and say, "Hey, I've been having suicidal thoughts. Um, I need some help," and for there to not be a stigma, and people could say, "Hey, you know what? Don't I love you? I want you to stick around. Watch the movie of life until it ends, because there might be, you don't know how the movie ends, you got to keep on watching. It could get really exciting in the last few minutes of the movie.
If you let yourself believe the lie, sometimes our brains will say, the world is better off without me. That's not true. But at the moment, you will believe it. So is it okay if I tell about a personal experience then with suicide? And
Yeah, I think that's okay.
my brother, he was age 34, I believe. Anyway, he had been struggling his adult life with depression, and he was a very quiet person. He didn't want to let anybody know he was struggling. He didn't want to have conflict with people. And his wife was very much, let's talk about this. Let's get it out in the open and resolve it. I want to resolve it right now. And he didn't like that. And so it was difficult differences in personality. And so when he wouldn't talk out an issue, one night it got very stressful, a little violent, and he ended up leaving the house. And not talking to anyone. Now, there's hundreds of people that would have come to his aid at that moment.
Yeah.
But he went to my parents' house, which he lived nearby. So he left his wife, went to his parents' house, and they were not home. And he ended up hanging himself in the barn. This is my brother we're talking about. And he was greatly missed. And we all wish we could have been there for him and tell him, don't believe this lie that you don't matter, or that you'll be happier not living, because that takes some time to work through that, and you need help to work through that. So you got to think about all the people around you that would affect, and would you really do that to the people you love? I love the way it's getting brought out more. You'll see a billboard as you drive by on the freeway saying, this is how to prevent suicide. And it's just two people sitting next to each other, talking to each other. I had a wonderful experience this morning with a friend that wrapped her arms around me and just listened. And that's what we need. We need each other. And it's okay to reach out, because the sun comes up in the morning and it's going to be a better day. You have to allow yourself time to see that, and to take care of your mental health. I know it's been talked about that genetics plays a role, and you may have been born with a propensity for these type of feelings. So you should know that. And just like we should know our risk for heart attack. And stay on top of your mental health, just like you do your physical health. Take action steps to take care of mental health. And if you've thought about suicide, you have to make an action plan. If I'm getting this way, if I'm feeling this way, this is triggering me, then you get out your action plan and you look at it and say, oh, that's right. I need to do this. I need to get outside. I need to get my heart rate up. Run your guts out. There was a story of a man who wanted to kill himself by running himself to death. And so he got out and he ran and ran until he collapsed, but he didn't die. So the next day he said, I'm going to do that again. But, this time I'm going to run myself to death. And he didn't die. And he kept doing it and running until, what do you know? He felt better. Hurt himself.
Run away from yeah. Yeah, I guess one thing that came to mind as you're sharing your story, which I really appreciate, I think, well, just from my own personal experience, when someone's having suicidal thoughts and they imagine, oh, if I was gone, they absolutely can empathize and imagine, oh, a lot of people are going to be terribly heartbroken when I'm gone, and they're going to miss me a whole bunch. But they weigh out the pain of everyone who's going to miss him versus their own personal pain, and they just say, it's too much to bear, I can't take it. But if they would just open up and share that pain with the rest of us, if we all carry that pain together, then it becomes a lot lighter as we can work together to lift each other up.
I love that. I love that analogy. I share it.
And as I was mentioning, you want to stick around to watch the rest of the movie. If you think of some of the best movies you've ever seen, there's always a moment when the character is going through hell. They're down in the dumps, and it just seems like the worst. Like Lord of the Rings, Frodo is there in Mordor, and he's tied up in the web, just about to be killed, and you're thinking, oh no, he's gonna die. Somebody save him. And then there's Samwise Gamgee, and he saves Frodo, and gosh dang, it's so good that he stuck around, that he tried to push through to the end, because and it turned out to be a happy ending.
Yeah.
So just remember, if you're having some difficult, troubling thoughts, remember to stick around to see the end of the movie, and to share that burden, that pain with your friends and family, because we love you, and we'll get through it together.
Absolutely. Yes. Hope everyone will take that to heart and know that there are so many people you don't even know that have affected your life, and that you've affected their life, and that they love you, and you matter.
Yeah. Gosh, well, I think this is a good way to wrap up the show. Just knowing that, it's good to help to talk about it, to talk about these difficult things, because then the stigma, the taboo of talking about feeling suicidal. I remember, I guess I'll share this story. When I was, maybe part of it was a lot of going through puberty, but I was just a kid, and I was feeling real down, and I was moping about, walking through the kitchen, and I just said, oh, I'll just go kill myself. And I walked out into the garage, and I remember you rushed up behind me and tackled me to the ground and gave me the spanking of my life. And you said, "Don't you dare." I don't remember exactly what you said, but you said, "Don't you dare even say that. Like, don't you think that. We love you." And so, I don't know. Sometimes maybe you need a swift spanking to knock it off, all right?
Yeah.
We love you and you matter, and we're glad to have you around.
Yeah, so true. I wonder if I can just mention really quick this book. It's called
Great.
Outlive by Peter Attia. And he talks about all the physical things you need to do to take care of your health. But the last chapter, he said, this is the most important. You can't ignore your mental health. And it's just so important.
All right, mind, heart, body. All right, wizards. Be strong. Focus on that good mental health. Talk to a friend. Talk to your mother on Mother's Day.
Yes.
I love you. I believe in you. The closing hymn is by Logic, and it's the Suicide Hotline Number is the title of the song. Great, beautiful, important message. So the link is in the description below, and we'll see you next month when we're talking about AI. Ooh.
Thank you, Wade.
Bye.